Orange this morning. Oh, good, good. Holden, have you?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well, just to share a little fun fact with you, Sunkist is a nationally recognized brand, and it owes its name to this region.
Now, if everyone could please quickly settle into your seats, we will begin momentarily. Remember to please silence all cell phones and electronic devices. Thank you.
the 5th Annual Tsuji International Medical Association, or TIMA Global Forum. I am Teresa Lee from New York.
And I am Lon Lin from Los Angeles, and we are your hosts today. It is so good to see so many of you here today. We are truly honored by your presence. I hope you are excited as we are to get started.
Before we start, I would also like to take a moment to wish Tsuji USA a very happy 30th anniversary. A special celebration will be held tomorrow night, and I look forward to seeing all of your beautiful, young, handsome faces there. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with Tsuji Foundation, we welcome you with open arms. Tsuji is an international humanitarian organization from Taiwan, founded by Master Chen Yen in what year? That's right, 1966, with 30 housewives. We have grown to over 10 million members worldwide, spanning across 57 countries. Our mission is fourfold: charity, medicine, education, and humanistic culture. And in each of these disciplines, we strive to give our fullest.
Our efforts are not only recognized by local governments worldwide, but also by the United Nations. In 2010, Tsuji was awarded Special Consultative Status by the Economic and Social Council of the UN. And then on January 9th of this year, Tsuji was granted accreditation as an observer to the United Nations Environment Assembly. In 1972, 6 years after the inception of Tsuji Foundation, Master Chen Yen saw how prevalently illness can cause a family to fall apart. Determined to end this vicious cycle of poverty, Tsuji began providing medical care to the poor. Since then, Tsuji has evolved its care into an international medical mission, operating 6 hospitals in Taiwan, managing the world's 5th largest bone marrow bank, and providing free medical services to over 3 million people in 50 countries worldwide.
And with your help and participation, we will continue to excel fighting the good fight on the medical front as well. TIMA is a network of over 10,000 medical professionals such as yourselves, including doctors, nurses, pharmacists, and medical technicians who volunteer their time to provide free, quality medical, dental, vision, and alternative care, along with community health services and education. Wherever there's a disaster, wherever there's a need for large-scale medical attention, you can count on our brothers and sisters to show up in our blue sky, white clouds, uniforms, spreading the guidance of our Dharma, Master Chen Yen's kindness, compassion, joy, and unselfish giving. Let our ceremony begin. Please welcome the flag of the United States of America. The Buddhist flag. The flag of Tsuji Foundation. And now, let us welcome our international brothers and sisters. Australia. Hello, mates. Australia is one of the most open-minded and most prosperous country on earth. It is often nicknamed the lucky country as it enjoys enviable climate, stable political system, and an abundance of natural resources. Brazil.
The roots of the Brazilian culture are influenced by a combination of different races and immigrants from all over the world, such as those from Africa, Portugal, and other European countries. What makes a citizen of Brazil so different from the rest of the world is their amazing optimism,
Oh, Canada!
The flag of Canada consists of a red field with a white square and a maple leaf in its center. The 11-point Canadian maple leaf represents 10 provinces, united under one nation. Canada is a country with dual nationality due to the British conquest of the French colony in 1760.
China! 中国! The flag of China consists of a red field with 5 golden stars. The red represents the Communist Revolution, while the 5 stars and their relationship represent the unity of the Chinese people. The most popular Chinese attire in the world today is the qipao, a one-piece, form-fitting dress usually made of silk and features intricate embroidery. Ecuador! Hola! Ecuador is named after the equator, which runs through the country, giving it the official name República de Ecuador, which translates to the Republic of the Equator. One can stand with one foot on the northern hemisphere and one in the southern at the Ciudad Mitad del Mundo, middle of the world city. Haiti!
Haiti is the third largest country in the Caribbean with a population estimated to be 10.8 million people. The name Haiti comes from the indigenous Taino language, which means land of high mountains. The 2 official languages of Haiti are French and Haitian Creole.
Honduras!
The 5 stars on the Honduras flag represents the 5 countries of Central America, with Honduras as the central star because of its central location. Honduras is one of the most ecologically protected nations in Latin America, with 20 national parks and 2 biosphere reserves, paired with dozens of smaller reserves and the thousands of rare species that live within it.
Indonesia! The flag of Indonesia is a symbol bicolor with 2 equal horizontal bands, red and white. Indonesia is the largest nation in Southeast Asia by size and the 4th most populous country on Earth, with 261.1 million people in 2016. Fun fact, it is home to the world's largest Komodo dragon, as well as orangutans. Malaysia!
The crescent on the flag of Malaysia represents Islam, the country's state religion. Malaysia is rich in culture and has lots of traditions. The 5 main races, Malay, Chinese, Indian, Iban, Kadazan, make up most of the citizens of the country.
Mexico! The flag of Mexico are red, white, and green, and are the colors of the National Army in Mexico. The colors and stripes represent hope, independence, and purity. Today, most Mexicans have a mix of Indian and Spanish blood in them. Fun fact, the Chihuahua, the world's smallest dog, is named after a state in Mexico. Myanmar!
The current flag of Myanmar was adopted in 2010 to replace the former flag since 1974. The new flag was introduced along with implementing changes to the country's name, formerly known as Burma. The 3 colors of the stripes represent peace, tranquility, courage, and solidarity.
Paraguay! The flag of Paraguay is unique in that it has different designs on each side, one depicting the national coat of arms and the other the seal of treasury, representing liberty, peace, and justice. Paraguay is located at the south of Central America, thus giving its name El Corazón de Amazon, El Corazón de América, meaning the heart of America. Philippines!
The specialty of the Filipino flag is that it is displayed according to the circumstances around. During times of war, the red side is on top, whereas when at peace, the blue side is displayed on top.
Singapore!
The name Singapore was derived from the Sanskrit term Singa, which means lion, thus the term Lion City. Although the lion is the national animal of Singapore, don't worry, there are no lions in this city.
Thailand! Thailand is known as the land of smiles, as they do deliver on that promise. Thais generally prefer harmony over open social conflict, and vendors and locals regularly offer up warm smiles and greetings. Keep smiling, everyone. Taiwan, where Tzu Foundation originates. Taiwan is known as Il Formosa back in the 16th centuries, translated as the beautiful island. Taiwan is a prominent leader of turning trash to treasures as advocates for pro-environmental protection and is one of the world's top recyclers. The United States of America. The United States of America is a multicultural nation widely influenced by African, Native American, Asian, Polynesian, and Latin American people and their cultures.
Please welcome our executives and directors from all regions around the United States. Please welcome our esteemed directors, executives, and family from Taiwan.
Please give your warmest welcome to our representatives from 17 countries. I had to add that in. Smile. Ladies and gentlemen, our representatives have come from near and far, so please give another round of applause for them to be here tonight. Please welcome Tzu USA CEO Hang Huang and TIMA CEO Dr. Lin Junlong.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to Tzu USA. Buenos días. Bienvenidos a Tzu Estados Unidos. Selamat pagi. Selamat datang. Tzu USA. Maganda umaga. Mabuhay to Tzu USA. 各位本会的军长，还有各位来宾，欢迎来到慈济美国总会，竭诚的欢迎大家。I hope that covers everyone here. At least I try. My special thanks will go to all the guests, honorable guests from Taiwan, from everywhere around the corner today, and all the volunteers. We worked so hard to put this forum together. Thank you so much. Now, this is your home in United States. So, welcome home. Thank you, everyone.
On behalf of Tzu Medical Foundation, Tzu International Medical Association, I'd like to welcome all of you. We have members from 16 countries attending this wonderful event, 2019 TIMA Forum in St. Dimas, California. The team from our USA branch has worked months for this event. So I just ask you to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the program and the hospitality of the local chapters of TIMA. I'm sure for the next 2-3 days, you're going to enjoy the program and the hospitalities. They have worked so hard to make your stay here in California as comfortable as possible. And I'm sure you're going to sort of learn and experience quite a bit. Take it back to your own country. And join us in that effort of TIMA, the master's ideas of making this a wonderful, a better place to live for tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Oh. So now that we've had our meet and greet, we have a very special performance for you guys. Monrovia Great Love Kindergarten and Walnut City Elementary School teach Tzu character education every week. In January, the character trait is compassion, and the teacher adopted the story of Dharma Master Cheng Yen, who built the Tzu Hospital in Hualien, to help the students understand the concept of compassion. The poem and sign language songs students will be presenting today are part of the school curriculum. Without any further ado, our students will now take the stage and give their best performance in this opening ceremony to welcome all of you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you for your wonderful performance. Aren't they cute? Also, thank you to all the principal, teachers, and sign language teams' cooperation and collaboration. All the students are honored to present what they have learned in school, which is perfectly aligned with the spirit of this special event. They moved up school an hour early today to take the bus at 7:20 to come give you this special performance. So let's give them another round of applause.
善良的人，自这列车，自这病，永永久久守护生命。自这人对事行，自这人对事行。这人对事行，自这人对事行，自这人对事行，自这人对事行。
Thank you for your lovely performance. So we see that education and children really are the hope for the future.
We also provide translation to Chinese and Spanish for our program today. If anyone would like to, please find our brother Kit in the back.
So for these two performances, you have heard the children who attend the bilingual schools. They are fluent in Mandarin and English, and you also heard a little bit of Taiwanese and saw them perform sign language as well and sing. So they're very, very talented children. Tzu schools not only teach you how to be a good student, but how to be a virtuous person as well.
If anyone needs Chinese or Spanish translations, please find our brother Kit in the back, and he will be happy to provide those. We are honored to have a very special guest with us today, LA County Supervisor Kathryn Barger. Kathryn Barger is a member of the Los Angeles County Board of Supervisors representing the 5th District. She dedicates her career addressing matters in mental health, social services, community safety, and children's issues. She advocates for environmental protection as well as an improvement in the quality of life for seniors, veterans, foster children, those with disabilities, and those with mental illnesses. Please welcome Supervisor Kathryn Barger.
Thank you. Well, I want to say good morning. Hola. What an honor it is to be here. When I was driving up, this is a very, very sacred, special place for me. When I was first elected, I had the honor of coming here and taking a tour. And when I look at the work that is done here, it really does warm my heart. What I tell people is government alone cannot help. It takes the work of groups across the world, not just in the United States, but across the world, to really help those in a time of need. When I found out what the Chinese for Su means, it means compassion. Compassion. And Chi means relief. Compassion and relief. When I look around this room and I saw these young people up here, this is our future. Someone up here is going to be the next doctor that's going to discover the cure for cancer, or possibly the next president. You never know. The compassion and relief, when you look at the values that led to the innovative approach to provide free medical care to those in need, free medical care to those in need, we look at those who are less fortunate. Among those are caring, noble, humanitarian efforts throughout the world. And when I came in and I was interviewed about helping, not just in the United States, but throughout the world, that is what is great about mankind. It is about giving back to others. And so I commend you for what you do, and I look forward to working with you as a county supervisor to make that happen. And now, on behalf of Los Angeles County, on behalf of Los Angeles County, I would like to provide some proclamations to some very special people who made this happen. First, Dr. William Ke, the CEO of Medical Foundation 2019 TIMA Global Forum. We'll go over here to the middle.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Can we go up on the stage? Up on the stage?
and Han Kui Hung, the CEO of the Safe Shoot Foundation USA. Right. Wong. Lon Lin, MD, the Chief Medical Foundation, Chief Convener of the International Medical Association. And Stephen Wang, the Executive Director of Global Volunteers. It's gotten so fancy I can't read the writing. Poen Yen, the CEO of the Charity Foundation. That's an important job. And last, but definitely not least, the Buddha Seichi Medical Foundation. I think this is for all of you as one. There you go.
Maybe I can say.
I forgot to say one thing. The First Medical Center is in my district in Alhambra, and I want to thank you because that is my hometown, and it warms my heart that you all chose my district to open your first clinic here. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Supervisor Barger. Our second guest of honor with us today is Senator Connie Leyva, re-elected to represent the 20th State Senate District in 2018. Senator Leyva is currently serving her second term in the California State Senate. She is a lifelong activist standing up for working people and families. In 2004, she was elected as the first woman to be president of the California Labor Federation, representing more than 2.1 million workers throughout the state. Let's welcome Senator Connie Leyva.
Thank you. Good morning. I am so happy and proud to be the state senator for this area, and I'm so honored to be here celebrating your 30th anniversary. Thank you so much for inviting me. Yes, thank you. When I decided to run for office in 2014, I ran because I thought maybe as a state senator, I can do more on a bigger level and I can help more people. I was lucky enough to be elected, and really quite quickly after I was elected, I met the Tucci Foundation, and I have just been so impressed over the last 5 years of everything that you do, and you embody the spirit of helping others and doing the most good for the most people. So I just want to thank you for doing what I thought people might be doing, but I wasn't sure. You are out there helping people every day. I love your beautiful campus. We did a tour, and I was amazed to find out that you make those beautiful blankets out of 70 recycled water bottles. Thank you. That is awesome. And we quickly formed a relationship with the Tucci Foundation, and you have done so many things for residents in my district, from giving away the blankets to also bringing your mobile units out to help people in need. I want to share a little story with you. I'm the chair of the Select Committee on Mobile Homes, and I never knew I would learn so much about mobile homes. And we have some real challenges in the city of Pomona with mobile homes. And we do a giveaway on Christmas Eve of toys for the children who probably wouldn't have a Christmas otherwise. And Tucci was kind enough to donate a bunch of disaster kits and the blankets. So when we were giving them out, you know, the parents were very excited to have something for their children. But then we were able to give the blankets to the parents. And I think we take for granted things that we have that not everyone has. One woman in particular said, "This is for me. I get to have this blanket." She said, "It will keep me so warm at night." And she got a little tear in her eye, which of course made me get a tear in my eye. So I really just want you to know that you really are touching lives every day. And I thank you for your kindness. I think that we are living in some very challenging times right now, and we all need to show the way. People think kindness is weakness, but I think kindness is its own strength. So I thank you for what you do, and we on Team Leyva look forward to continuing to partner with you. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and let us know how we can be helpful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Senator Leyva, for your support. We hope you can continue to collaborate with Tsuchi in the future. So, what are the habits of highly humanistic physicians? How do we maintain our compassion and advocate for patient-centered care? Our next speaker will delve more into this topic. He's the CEO of Tsuchi Medical Foundation and the Chief Convener of Tsuchi International Medical Association. Please welcome back to the stage, Dr. Ling Junlong.
All distinguished guests and all members of TIMA, and also ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to this wonderful event. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about how this event comes about. My presentation will be based on this list here, how we got here today. Tsuchi USA branch, founded some 30 years ago, and then Tsuchi Medicine USA 26 years ago, and then Tsuchi International Medical Association. That's why we are here today. We have forum for 2019. Okay, then let me see. If you look at the first picture, this was some 26 years ago. Garfield Boulevard, Alhambra, 1,000. It hasn't changed much. Yesterday, we had a visit again with my better one. Same thing. And then the opening ceremony, you can see, we worked very hard. We prepared everything. This was the old picture, even the water, because the county is going to test our water, make sure it's warm enough. And this marks November 1st, 1993, opening of our free clinic here. And yesterday, we visited again. This was ribbon cutting ceremony of that day. You see, we gathered in front of the free clinic, took a picture 26 years ago. Yesterday, we visited the place again. It looks like it haven't changed in those 26 years. I still remember clearly. I delivered the inaugurational talk November 1st, 1993. And I ended by saying that this love and spirit will be remembered for generations to come. And now we have branched out to quite a bit. And this is old picture. This is our chief of medicine in the free clinic, and Dr. Xu. And this is chief of dentistry, Dr. Chen. They have since left our organization, by the way. This is the first patient we have seen here in the free clinic. And you can see, this is the way it all started. The free clinic. Actually, before that, the same site, we have the Tzu Chi Foundation some 30 years ago, USA. You see, this marks the establishment of Tzu Chi Foundation USA 30 years ago. Tomorrow we will celebrate 30th anniversary of Tzu Chi Foundation USA. And then we sort of won quite a bit of awards. You know why? The government officials told us most of the immigrants to the United States, especially California, Southern California, they arrived here in the new land. They will ask for resources such as Social Security, such as Medicare, Medi-Cal, and so forth. You are the first organization not only not asking for community resources, but you are returning and trying to benefit those indigents, those poor people. So you're the first organization we recognize. This doesn't work too well, huh? Next. Okay, so we received quite a few awards, like you see, from the county, from the city of Alhambra. Next, you see, next, okay. Then we have celebrations, after celebrations, all kind of achievement. And this is the mobile dental units that we designed. We use it on all the trips, outreach programs, and it's quite convenient. And this is home visits, house calls that we make at that time. And we received visitors from Taiwan. This is the Tzu Chi University professors. And I made the introduction for them. Then we visited nursing homes and invited people to join us. We also raised our own funds, having all kinds of activities to raise funds. In 1995, I and my wife retired from my private practice at Northridge Medical Center in 1995, returned to Hualien and joined the master for the effort globally. So since then, let's control this. They asked me, one of the professors at UCLA told me, you got to be out of your mind. So why? He says, you give up what you have established here in Southern California for the past 18 years or so. I've been in the States for 25 years. You gave up all your wonderful practice, going back to Taiwan, what he called the backward country. You're going to work doubly as hard and fraction of the pay. Why? You are out of your mind, he said. I told him, no. My reason is quite simple. I was the Sang priest. I was born in Taiwan. I'm a Buddhist. I'm in the medical profession. And here comes the opportunity to serve Taiwan, to serve Buddhism, and to serve medical profession. I won't give up. Wow. Can you go back to the video? Go back. Go back one more. Yes. And turn the sound up. The audio, please. The video and the audio.
Buddhism, not only talk about it, the practice is more important. However, I see no evidence of practice in Buddhism. They talk about, they meditate, they, all kinds of different ceremonies. But I have never seen a Buddhist hospital. So I was curious until I came back to Hualien and I saw what Master Cheng Yen has done for Taiwan, for Hualien. Everything she has done, she can put up to show you. Not only taught in the Western society, you say, you put up or you shut up. It means you show me what you did before you talk.
Today.
Then in the ensuing years, we founded TIMA, Tzu Chi International Medical Association. So you can tell it all started in the United States, and then in the Philippines, Indonesia, Malaysia, and other countries. All these people joined us in doing those free medical missions to serve the poor. Pretty soon, we formed a TIMA internationally to gather everybody around. Generally, around Mid-Autumn Festival, that is in September or October each year, around the Chinese holiday. It's called Mid-Autumn Festival. And we gather together to celebrate. At the same time, we share our experiences in their own country. So this way, we'll know what to do because we learn from each other quite a bit. So every year, this has been going on for the past 22 years or so. But in the past 5 or 6 years, people from the Singapores and the Philippines and the Malaysia, Indonesia, they feel that it's not easy to get to Taiwan on a yearly basis. So they love to have what we call forum. So it started in Singapore and then the Philippines and Malaysia, and then now it comes to United States. So this is how this 2019 TIMA forum comes about. We are now over so many countries, our members, TIMA members. We served over 3 million people in 50 countries. Now, our members consist of physicians, more than 4,000, nurses, more than 4,000, pharmacists, lab technicians, 1,800, and the non-professional volunteers, almost 8,000. Now, don't forget our non-professional members. Actually, they do most of the work. They provided the meals, the transportation, and the logistics of our free medical mission. So they are a very important part of our organization. We've been to Vietnam, you can see, to Sri Lanka, and during all kinds of different disasters, tsunami, earthquake, and you see this is in mainland China. We've been, okay, you can see, this is China, and in Hokkien, even though we belong to Hokkien, language is quite different. The northern part and the southern part, they don't communicate. We need interpreters for that. And we continue on this annual TIMA conventions in Hualien. But I just want to tell you, all these members come from different races, different countries, and you see different colors. And this is all this TIMA conference is all about. We have a mixture of, this one is in Malaysia only 2 years ago. You can see the attendance is pretty high. And you can see different religions, different races, and different walks of life to join us. Young people, mostly, similar to the event here. And then you see opening ceremonies just like this one. And then we talk about the humanistic medicine. What is the spirit of TIMA, spirit of Tzu Chi? So this is how it all started back in 1966 when the master founded the foundation. We started with charity and then medical care and then education because we couldn't find physicians and nurses to staff the hospital. This is how it came about. Charity, medical care, education, and humanity. And then because of the international needs we have, you see, disaster relief internationally. We have community volunteers, and then we went out to have bone marrow donors registry. And now environmental protection is a very important part of our organization. So since 1966, the organization has branched out. It's now over almost 100 countries. And then the branch offices we have in 50 or so countries, the branch offices. Almost 100 countries that we have served. And then we have partners in all kinds of different, you see, we partner with everybody that we come about. Charity and the medicine goes hand in hand. Whenever there is a disaster, the charity comes in first. Medicine follows immediately. And the mission of Tzu Chi medicine, we respect life. We provide patient-centered care. How? Just whenever, wherever, and whatever the patient needs, we just go on and provide it. So this is our network of hospitals. We have 7 now. The new one is in the south part of China, Taiwan. So you can see with 7 hospitals in Taiwan as a base, then we have the International Medical Association to provide the much needed medical care to our needy people. And then when we go to a disaster, you can see it's not only, you see, we clean first, we provide the food, shelter, and all that. Cleaning, food, and then housing, and then medical care, and so forth. So this is a total package of disaster relief. And we generally are the first ones to arrive. This is in Japan, tsunami. And then last ones to leave. Also, it doesn't matter what the transportation? We go up to the mountains, down to the sea. You can see. And then we provide whatever is needed. This is in Taiwan during one of the flooding in southern Taiwan. And then we generally, with all 7 hospitals, join forces together. You see, we arrive, and even transportation sometimes is not easy in those muddy roads. We use this as our transportation. And the efforts basically is whatever the patient needs, we try to provide it. And we clean up first. You see, we do the cleanup. We provide the food, clothing, and then, very importantly, always with respect. If you can see, respect and love is a very important element of our effort. Okay, you see, our volunteers always shows respect in their body language. You see, whenever you do that, and then whenever there is a medical station, we join forces of all our 7 hospitals together to provide the much needed care during a disaster station. And then this is a makeshift. In the corridor, we need to operate, you do anything. This is just to show you the TIMA activities in such condition. You can see we provide much needed care. We don't have packs, but we use the regular, when it's available, we use it. You can see. And within the rubbles, we provide the help much needed. This guy needs operation to fix the fracture, and we do it. TIMA members. You see, very simple medications and to treat the wound on the scene. This is what TIMA is all about. Since we don't have fancy equipments to use, the most primitive ways to make a diagnosis and go on with treatment. Okay. See, this is the dental chair that we use under a tent or under the trees sometimes. And this is how it works, TIMA. In addition to the medical care, we provide permanent housing at times to our victims. We built quite a bit of, you see, housing tracts for, this is in southern Taiwan several years ago. We built over 1,000 permanent housing for them. Now, this is how we come about. We arrive first, but we are last ones. This is in the Philippines. We built during Haiyan typhoon. We built housing for them in addition to the medical care. This is a total package. Next, you control for me. This doesn't work. This is in Nepal. Please play the video.
Killing more than 8,000
please, one more time.
people. The following day, Tsuji members quickly planned their relief effort, and Tsuji hospitals also prepared medical supplies to be sent to Nepal. On April 27th, Tsuji's relief team left for Nepal. Upon arrival, they started surveying disaster areas and visiting quake survivors. After receiving permission to practice medicine in Nepal, In Nepal, Tsuji doctors not only performed surgery for the injured, but also helped deliver a pair of twins.
You and our doctor, so I really want to thank you.
Tsuji volunteers in 38 countries and regions took to the streets to fundraise for Nepal.
好，感恩，祝福你。
钟爱的尼泊尔，谢谢你。
Next.
In May, Tsuji held an aid distribution for quake survivors in Nepal.
Okay, the hospitals in Taiwan are built in such a way the patient will feel very comfortable when they arrive at the hospital. You can see the lighting, we provide general natural lightings. It's ample and it's bright, you can see. So the feelings of patients are quite different. You see, it's always bright and comfortable to be in. It's not a crowded, and then we built the internal environment of a hospital. It's like something you love to go to, like coming home. And we have musical volunteers that provide the music while the patient is waiting. You see, please, the video. Next, we even provide the motorcycles at the hospital. You can see the performing the motorcycles next, and the traditional 二胡. Okay, next. So the lobby is a good place to receive the patients. Now we use computer extensively. We use the modern technology to provide the traditional down-to-earth medical care. Next. And then you see we have a very good network of internet connections. Next. So this way, when I'm seeing patients in the office, I can have access to X-ray, cardiogram, lab, medications, and all the data that will be available to me during my examination. And then when I prescribe something, this automatically goes to the pharmacy. So as long as the patient walks to the front desk, registration desk, the medicine is being prepared for him. He can pick up without waiting. And then we have a very extensive health education networks. There are all kinds of surgery procedures. They can view the different video explanations before they sign the consent. Next. So this is how we do it. And then the hospital is pretty conservational because we are very particular in environmental protection. Next. And then you see each and every employee of us will carry their own chopsticks, bowls, without using the disposable ones. Next. And they wash their own bowls and chopsticks and so forth, cups. And then we recycle them And we classify them very extensively. Paper, plastic, metal, glass, and so forth. And we recycle our water. It amounts to now about a quarter of our water are recycled and reused. Next. And then even the kids participated. You see, the ivory bottles, empty ones, the volunteers will take off the cork and then we recycle them. Recycle has become such an important part because the hospital uses quite a bit of plastic bottles like this. Next. And then we recycle them. Yesterday, you might have seen, and the suit I'm wearing is made out of plastic bottles, as you can tell. Next. We break them down and then spun them into yarns to be woven into clothes. Next. So all of our blankets we pass out in disaster relief efforts comes from plastic bottles, by the way. Next. And then we decorated our central staircase for health promotion purposes, exercise. Not only that, to save energy, because the elevators is part of our energy expense. Next. And then we clean up our environment. Next. We go quickly and make it a morning walk, aisle, so to speak. Next. We go quickly. Next. And we use bicycles as transportation. Next. We go very quickly. And we go out for health screening, diet instructions to our community. Next. And I just want to show you, and the mobile clinics are used extensively also in Taiwan. Next. But the California. And I will show you a small segment of the video. Next. Sound. I'm sorry. Go back. Go back to the first one. Yeah. You see what they are singing? Start the video. Yeah. The sound, please. Our therapist is very ingenious. She combined the food and the exercise together. You see what they are singing? They are singing vegetables good for your health. You should each meal have a bowl of vegetables. Okay, now when it comes to medical profession, we know, as according to Webster's dictionary, our profession should have a belief, faith, or religion, long and intensive preparation, but also high standard of achievement and conduct. So rendering of public services is an important element of our profession. Next. And then 2,500 years ago, the start of modern medicine, Hippocratic, we all sort of make him the father of modern medicine. Next. Next. Yeah. And this is the oath that we are still to now. The element of his ideas is that in medicine, the most important part is do no harm. And then modern medical ethics, next. I translate into, next. Keep on going, yeah. This is too detailed. Next. I translate into important part. Do no harm. D. Confidentiality, important. Beneficence and autonomy. Patient decide whatever he wants. And then this one, equality or justice. Because we don't see race, sex, race, color, nationality comes into play. As long as the patient needs, we provide. This is the duty of a professional, a medical professional. Next. And then about the same time, the Buddhism comes about 2,500 years ago. And then in China, Confucius also around that time. And a little bit later, Christian Jesus Christ comes into existence. And Muslims will come a bit later in the 7th century. All these philosophies, and they have common wisdom, so to speak. Next. And if you look at them, the teachings are pretty similar. The Buddhists, they claim that nothing is permanent. There's no ego, no exception to the rules, and no boundary. Next. And this is the Buddha's ideas of our suffering. Buddha claims that our suffering has an origin, and we can cause the cessation, and also we lead the path to cessation of all suffering. Next. And then Confucius means if you don't others to do to you, you don't do it to others. Next. You see, 己所不欲啊，勿施于人. Same thing. Next. And the Christian belief also the same ideas. Love one another. Abstain from sin. Next. So all this common wisdom tell us respect and compassion for these people and this land. That's what we are trying to do. Next. And even the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, the 17 of them, all doing the same thing. Next. You see what they want to do in the next 15 years. End poverty, fight inequality and injustice. And this is very important element nowadays, climate change. We are experiencing quite a bit of climate change. Next, please. Because of natural disasters and also man-made disasters. Next, we are facing. The temperature is rising as fast as can be. And over the past 4 or 5 years, it's setting record almost every year. 2018, next. 2018. If you figure in all the La Nina years, 2018 stands is the hottest La Nina years on record. You see? Next. So next year is 2019 is going to be even worse. Next. And you see all records in Australia. You can see they set temperature records. Next. And then fires all around. Next. And then earthquakes. Next. And this is the rim of fire. Unfortunately, we all live around this one. You see, from New Zealand, Australia, Philippines, Indonesia, Taiwan, Japan, and then California, Chile, and Ecuador, all in this ring of fire of the Pacific Ocean. Next. And then water, drought. Drinking water, clean, drinkable drinking water is hard to come by. Next. You see, sometimes people drink water like this. Next. You see, like this. Next. And then when the drought comes, or the livestock dies out. Next. And then temperature rising. Polar bear has no inhabited. The ice is all melting. Next. No place to live anymore. And the carbon footprints keep on going up. Next. Because people keep on consuming our products. And the factory keeps on manufacturing all kinds of goods for people to consume. Next. And you see, even barbecue. Barbecue the air pollution is a small part. The carbon footprint of all these beefs in the process of manufacture is even a lot more than the air pollution they produced. Next, you see, and then unfortunately, people from the developing countries, India, Brazil, and China, their meat eating is increasing very, very quickly because of rising income. Next. And then livestock. If you look at this picture, livestock amounts to 51% all the greenhouse gases produced by human. Next. So this is a very important, but people keep on doing all this. This is a slaughtering of sharks for shark fin. Next. You see, and it's pretty awesome to see. Next. So human beings, greedy and ignorant, and they face the climate change. So I wrote the book, Vegetarianism and Health, Earth and Soul. So vegetarian diet has 3 benefits. It's good for your health. It's good for Mother Earth. And also it's good for your soul because there's no killings involved. Next. So this we proposed in Taiwan. You turn a vegetarian, and then it's now really healthy. You help other people, and that will make you really happy and peace. Next. And this is Syrian. Let's go very fast. This is the Syrian war. Next. Millions of people flee the country of Syria, going back to Jordan and Turkey. Next, the 2 countries that receive the refugees the most. Next, go through them. They are displaced and scared. Next. Next. Okay, see, and the children are suffering the most. Next. Next. Serbia, we have provided some help in Serbia as well. Next. Just run them through quickly. Because we are almost. And you can see. And Turkey, we provided. Next. Next. I show you, those kids has to work. I mean, the refugee kids from Syria to support the family. But we now give them the scholarship for them to go to school. And we built a school in Turkey, Istanbul. Next. You see, they are so happy to be able to go to school. Not only that, next, we established a free clinic in Turkey. You can take a look at this.
36,000 Syrians are currently living. Being in a foreign land, falling ill can make their situation especially desperate.
Syrians can receive free treatment at public hospitals in Turkey, but the problem is they face language barriers, so the doctors there cannot accurately understand their problems to treat them. We've met many families who pleaded with us, please help us find a hospital or free clinic center.
Starting from scratch, Tsuji volunteers in Turkey spent a year establishing this free clinic center. Despite its small scale, it provides family medicine, dentistry, ophthalmology, internal medicine, pediatrics, as well as obstetrics and gynecology service. In less than 3 months since the free clinic's opening, it has provided services to more than 10,000 people, and the number of patients every month is still rising. The free clinic center, with hundreds of Syrians coming to the free clinic center to seek medical attention every day, it has become an important place that provides them with much needed medical care and spiritual support.
Next. And the Syrian doctors, they themselves are all refugees.
Provide services to their fellow countrymen every day. Fleeing their hometowns, the doctors became refugees. Among them, Dr. Muhammad Ahmed, who is the director of the Red Crescent Society in Aleppo, has been practicing medicine for 30 years.
أستاذ أنا عندما أرى
If I see my old patients, I would hug them and cry. Because of the war, it is hard for us to meet our old patients again.
Dr. Abdul Jawad was the first doctor who cooperated with Tzu Chi upon knowing they were establishing a free clinic center. He cherishes the opportunity to practice medicine again.
Okay, you can see we hired Syrian doctors to provide the medical care to their own countrymen, the Syrian. But this requires a joint effort, not only Tzu Chi Foundation, but also you can see here, the Syrian people has accepted. And then also the Turkey government has to accept it to give the license to allow the Syrian doctors, they don't have license in Turkey, you know, to allow the Syrian doctors to provide medical care in Turkey to their own people. And of course, the certain NGOs will help quite a bit besides Tzu Chi Medical Foundation. Why? Because medicine and also some of the regulations, transportation and so forth are provided by our partners in Turkey. So this is not an easy task, but we have done it. Similar to the one here in Los Angeles, the free clinic, we have one in Turkey. Next. And then in Jordan, the same way, except it's a different country, so they won't allow us to have a medical free clinic in Jordan. But we go to the refugee camps. Next. You see, we provide the necessary material that they need. Next. You see, we have concerted efforts in doing that. Next. You see, and the kids especially are very happy with it. Food, next. Clothing, you see, next. And then we visit the Zaatari refugee camps in Jordan. I think it was 2 years ago. Next. You see, and we provided surgeries. We cannot do surgery in the camp. We refer them out to the hospitals and do surgeries. Those two kids, you know what? They were born without an anus. So we have to open up their bowel, and they are so happy to be able to, again, next. And we distributed the much needed sugar, starch, oil, and all that. Next. As you see, they are so happy to be able to be, to live again. Next. And then we provide free medical clinics, including the dental department. You can see that's very needed, very much needed help that we can provide to them. Next. Our TIMA members provide not only medicine, care, vaccinations, and so forth. Next. Always with respect. Always. You can see here, during our one of the ceremonies, the widowed mother carrying his kids, then we try to help him provide this love and respect. Next. You see, the kids in the school, we give them the utensils, the stationery, pens, and so forth, for them to learn better. Next. And then we even go to the governmental officials to sort of asking for help in our effort. Next. Again, this is a disabled, injured soldier. We provide that respect and the love, warming his heart. Next. So, the love and respect are without boundaries, big or small, no matter what kind of race, what kind of sex, nationality, skin color, or religion. we provide love and respect. Next. You see, this is the old picture coming out of China. Even though this little guy is so small, you show the respect. Again, this is very important in our medical ethics. In TIMA, we respect, we love our people, our patients. Next. So this way, you see, we continue our effort in Jordan. Next. And you see, wherever we can see our patients, again, transmitting the piece of love and respect. Next. You see, all our team, medical team, next, and the dental provide, and then we try to provide them whatever they need. As long as we can provide it, we do it. Next. And this is a very wonderful event. One of our buses gets stuck. And then this picture, one of our buses gets stuck in the mud. And this wonderful picture becomes the iconic. Next. You see this picture. Why? It's very similar to 50 years ago. Next. The master took this picture when the bus, she was trying to help the victims in one of the fires in Taitung, and then the bus got stuck. So people came out and pushed the bus. And there's similarities. That's why we'll say the love and respect goes beyond time. This is 50 years ago, and this now goes beyond countries' boundary, because this is in Jordan and this is in Taiwan. It remains the same. Next, our efforts. Not only that, we raise funds. You see, we participated in all kinds of fundraising activities in Taiwan. Next. And people after people. And I'm sure currently with the typhoon in East Africa, in Zimbabwe, in Mozambique, and also in Malawi, we'll have a big fundraising events pretty soon, because it's quite a devastation in the Africa, and it's it requires quite a bit of effort from everybody. And as I mentioned, charity will go in first, and then the medical care. Our Tzu Chi TIMA members will come in pretty soon afterward. Next. And you see the fundraising events. Next. And we participated. This is, you see here. Superintendent Jen performs for the fundraising events. Next. We participate. As long as the patient needs, wherever, whenever, and whatever, we just do it. Next. And then this is what Tzu Chi Medical is all about. Tzu Chi medicine. You realize the joy of participation. Next. And also, you realize there is more happiness in giving than in receiving. After you test, the test of being able to help others is so sweet, and you will come back and ask for more. Next. See, we all participate in all kinds of different fundraising activities, selling vegetables and so forth. Next. And raising funds. Even though we are a medical professional, still we raise funds. And the feeling is quite different. Able to help able to participate, then that's a very important element of TIMA internationally. Next, you see, when somebody donates with your help, even tiny patients, you feel so good about it. Next. And able to help. This was in Sri Lanka when we provided the free medical mission, but we also provided the tent built for them. Next. We all helped. The one before. Now, run the video, please. Run the video. See, the one before, please. You want to see, we entertain in a nursing home, but who get out of it the most? Who get out of it the most? Who smile the most? You see, everyone, you see, are so happy, even though they are providing the entertainment for the elderly in a nursing home. We doctors and the nurses got out of it the most. Next. So this is the idea. There is more blessing in giving than in receiving. Okay, now, in January of 2010, this is almost 10 years ago, there's a big devastating earthquake in Haiti. Next. And besides all these TIMA efforts in providing the free medical care, they have cholera at the same time. It was quite a bit. And then you see, and there were three schools, the nuns schools that we built in the capital of Haiti. Next. And you see quite a festivities when the school reopens again. Next. And you can see, what this is all about.
I don't know, is Sister Rita accept the school?
We accept the schools. Your gift, however, is much, much more than 2 buildings. It is a gift of hope. I want to say to you, you came back and you did what you said you would do. You kept your promise.
In 2010, Haiti was struck by a major earthquake. After its immediate relief efforts, Tzu Chi carried out various projects to help Haiti rebuild. A volunteer went to Haiti 38 times.
Most important person I want to appreciate is our dear master and the global Tzu Chi volunteers. Without your love, we cannot make it.
And then in the Philippines, the Typhoon Haiyan, we used to do cataract surgeries in the local hospitals. You can see, because these people, the poor people, they cannot afford the surgery. So for years, they cannot see for a long time, you see. And then these burn patients, this is in Tacloban, 1997, we helped them. And then you can see what happens in the Typhoon Haiyan.
Tzu Chi volunteers in more than 40 countries took to the streets to fundraise for the Philippines. The locals also worked together with Tzu Chi volunteers to clean up their communities. In Taiwan, Tzu Chi volunteers were busy building temporary houses and classrooms for people and schools affected by Haiyan.
You shared your blessings to us.
Then our medical team arrived in same thing in 2014 in Tacloban again. And then you see thousands and millions of people gathered for help. And you see their major church, you see, it's all, the roof, it's all broken. And we rebuilt the roof for them. And this is the reopening after it's built.
From Chochi, most Taclobanon are Catholic. They need their faith and spirituality, especially during this time of disaster.
On behalf of all the volunteers, Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter Director Alfredo Lee accepts a certificate of appreciation from the church.
So it goes beyond religion, as you can tell. And then in Sierra Leone, you see, because of the Ebola virus, it's quite a bit. We provided the 14 beds, medicine, and food for them. And you see what the father has to say.
Sushi to help people who are suffering. First of all, so just say thank you, and then to see how we continue our relationship and build the friendship that have been established. Because they said a friend in need is a friend indeed.
Indeed. TIMA is always that friend that you need, because we come to help. And then this is in Ecuador. You see what happens.
Lorenzo led the crowd in a prayer uniting Western and Eastern religions to bless this land.
Tzu Chi volunteers told us they hope to rebuild our religious center, as they believe the path to rebuilding the community begins with spiritual healing, which can aid an individual or a family's recovery. Only in helping one another can we spread happiness throughout the world.
In building the church here is not only a Catholic church, but a symbol of Christ's love.
So the respect and love goes beyond religion, beyond country. So this is the important part. And then we continue our disaster relief, comprehensive, environmental protection, and the vegetarianism, and also the wasteless meals that we try to provide. And then in 2017, the Vatican set up a seminar, and I was asked to share with everybody what we have done, especially in relation to Catholic Church. And I present our efforts, and then it was very well received. You can see we have done so far, and all the even the Pope appreciated us. Now, our TIMA has grown globally, and then I presented to you our effort in all different areas. And as I mentioned, again, TIMA is for everyone. We are very particular in environmental protection. Also, we like to invite everyone to join us, not only United States, not only in America, Southern America, but also globally. You can join us and test the feelings of being able to help, the feelings of participation, the joy that you're going to get internally and enjoy your peace of mind. So hereby, I invite every one of you to join us for this wonderful effort and realize your internal peace. And this is my presentation to you as an opening for this TIMA event. If you have any further questions, I'd be more than happy to answer whatever I know. Thank you for attending.
Thank you, Dr. Lin, for your insight on humanistic medicine. If you would like to purchase his book, it will be outside at the booths. There's a book by Dr. Lin and also Dr. Jin. We would like to thank Dr. Ling Junlong once again. Now we'll give our time to the attending master.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Stephen Deng. Deng Boren.
Dr. Richard Yan, 杨连牙科医师。
When you see us, you know, happy time is coming. A few announcements before we have a little break. So, slide, please. Because this is a large group, so if you do need to use the restroom, it's okay to go quietly. The restrooms are located on either side. Women's restroom is to your left-hand side. When you face the exit, it's on the right, and the men's is on the left.
OK， 我们接下来是茶语飘香时间，然后各位师兄师姐还有大医王医疗人员，假如想要用这个洗手间的话，这个女生的洗手间是在我的右手边最后面的地方，然后男生的洗手间是在左边的最后的这个角落里。
Later, when we gather for the break, please take all your belongings as we will reassign your seats based on your team. So please gather all your belongings when we exit.
OK， 到时候等一下出班的时候啊，把这个椅子下的这个背包，你的这个所有的这个学院袋呢，带在身上啊。底下不要留任何的东西。
Next slide. So we do provide CME for all dental, medical, and acupuncture and nursing. So when the sign-in sheet is located at the exit of Gratitude Hall, it's available all day, so we don't have to rush in. You only need to sign once. So you don't need to rush. We have all day to do it. And please try to do it during break time or lunch time.
我们有提供再教育的学分，无论是医疗人员或者是大医王。那在签名的地方呢，是在我们的感恩堂的出口的地方，有一个这个桌子，上面呢有这个名单哈，请把你的名字跟这个时间留下来，谢谢。
Next slide. So if you haven't checked in yet, please check in during break time.
早上没有来这个注册开这个会议的人，请你等一下在茶语飘香的时间呢，能够注册。就是那些人有带这个小小的这个圆圈的这个贴纸的还没有注册的人马上去注册。
And tomorrow afternoon, we do have breakout session. So during break time, please talk to your team leader and choose the classes you would like to attend.
明天的课程呢，下午的时候我们有这个不一样的分科课程，所以呢，你假如还没有选你的课程的话，请你跟这个你的小队服呢通知一下，选一下你的课程。不要忘记了。
And obviously, very important, I'll give you extra time to write it down. If you wish to have Wi-Fi, it's available and it's on the screen.
有些人需要手机有 WiFi 的，师兄师姐或者是大医王们，我们的 WiFi password 是在screen 上面啊，就是荧幕上面。
You can take a shot if you like. 10 seconds.